Alright. So this video is on bounties, which is good because we have one right here. So Star Citizen has two different types of bounties. PvP, player versus player bounties, and PvE, player versus the environment, but really player versus NPCs. So right now we're fighting against a NPC bounty who is really annoying. I mean, it's an M50, so this is the most annoying bounty you could possibly engage in Star Citizen. Ugh. Short of my ship, which is also pretty annoying. You don't want to do a bunch of these types of missions where you gotta fight M50 bounties, because they really just... The key to making money in bounties is to finish them quickly. And M50s kind of make it last a while. They're really annoying. Which is a great segue into player bounties, who are even more annoying because, for as bad as this M50 is and trying to joust me and waste my time, a player bounty, they just jump away sometimes. And so you're chasing a player across the solar system, it takes 15 minutes to jump, and he is willfully wasting your time. So the only reason to go for player bounties is when you think you can get the drop on them. And you can really just, they're in atmosphere, they're doing something, and you can just, swoop in and get them. And the other reason is to, stop a player from ruining other people's good time, to take away their ill-gotten gains, and to put them in prison, and it's kind of like a justice type thing. So, if you're a bounty hunter in Star Citizen and you're going for players, you're really, the in-game moderator too for the players who are doing criminal activities, many of which are directed at other players. So there is that. But if you kill a player bounty, the player bounty isn't going to lose his gear. In the first video, I'm going to keep going back to that. I talked about how devastating it is to lose your gear. But if you kill a player bounty while you have call to arms or that player's bounty, they'll go to prison, and when they get out, they'll come back with all their kit, and their ship will be at the spaceport in the hangar. They won't have any of their goods on board, and so they do lose that, and that is quite devastating in some regards, unless they're a fighter, which many of them are. But it takes away that punishment for them, so it kind of encourages, I guess, people to be criminals in some ways, because if you have a CS, a crime stat, and somebody takes your life, you're going to get your gear back, which is good. So just don't have a bunch of gear on your ship and you'll be fine. But you will have to go to prison, which is annoying, which you can get around that by doing some of the missions in prison or mining if it's working, but it is kind of a time waster too. So I don't recommend going to prison, so you're going to want to stay out of there as long as possible if you're a criminal. And then for player versus environment, PvE, and PCs, the big reason to take those is to make money. You'll get reputation for everyone that you kill. I think you get some for players too, but you get some. But you get a lot. You can do a lot more NPC bounties, so you get a lot more reputation for those overall. And so when you get those, you can take higher missions, which means using bigger ships, which is just more reason to spend more money inside the game, so you can upgrade your ship and upgrade your weapons, take on hammerheads and Idrises and those types of bounties, and PvE missions, which is kind of the game, progression. You're going to want to do those types of things. I think it's kind of a grind, but it's you're going to want to have fun while you're doing it, so you're going to want to have your setup good and be happy with how the game plays for you. Other than that, I think that's all I have to say on bounties for the moment. Might come back to it again, have a bounties part 2. But thank you for watching, and have a good evening, good day.